You guys might have some great food. We've got some little goats. They are so adorable this morning. The Eco Revolution. I'm here with Tiger Palafox and with John Gonzalez from ELM Environmental Land Management. And this is really cool. A wonderful way for these goats when they grow up to help clear the brush from your home.
You know, it's getting that time of year, Renee, where we got to start thinking about fire breaks, fire danger, and stuff like that. So this is a wonderful, sustainable way that you can create your 100 feet defensible space, which the city recommends for all your areas. So that way you can decrease the amount of fuel, brush and things like that around your property. So that way they'll eat the brush, they'll dispose of it, and then they'll clear it. So that way you don't have that ladder effect going into your property with the goats.
Really, really great idea. So John, these guys are 5 to 10 days old that we're looking at right now, and they don't do the brush clearing. You use them when they get to be big and grown. So as you're raising these guys, what are things that we need to know about how they're raised?
Oh, right now the ones that need to be bottle fed, they're bottle fed to about 3 months of age. We raise them to be acclimated into the environment that they're going to work. So it's the urban interface. We raise them in the city. We raise them along the highways and byways that we do work in, so that they're used to the fences that we have, the people that are moving by, and traffic. These goats, as adults, won't be fazed by the normal city life.
So they grow up right by the traffic, so they hear a lot of noise. They're not spooked by the cars. That's just really what their experience is.
Right. They're acclimating to the construction zones. Yes.
Yeah,
and look at them eat. They're pretty darn hungry.
And they eat a lot, and that's one of the benefits behind the goats as well, is that they eat a lot of brush, whether it's dry brush, heavy or steep hillsides. They don't eat wood or any kind of really thick brush like that, but the under levels of the shrubbery or trees or something like that, to raise it up a few feet, so that way there's clearing underneath it, which is also important for snakes. Out there in the East County, we have a lot of snakes. When we have the heavy brush that's right up to the level of the ground, you have to worry about your kids playing out there because there's snakes underneath that brush, there's snakes into rocks and stuff like that. This is a good way to clear it. And then the other thing is they don't clear the property completely. They just clear it to a level so they also don't worry about erosion or runoff problems that sometimes when it comes to weed eating or using herbicides on the property can cause. And also with the herbicide, you have to worry about the water effect, the water table, and what kind of chemicals you're putting into the water table when you're using herbicides.
We talk about fire season really being all year long here in Southern California. You wouldn't know it now in May, it's raining, but if folks are watching this and they're saying, my gosh, this is an excellent idea, I want to use this in my property, what's the way of getting the goats to get to clear the brush in people's areas?
Do it with the community. Get involved with the Fire Safe Council, get a pseudo board or use your HOA and activate. Goats are best with an HOA or a community fire break. It's not really a residential job, since the smallest herd we'll bring is about 200 goats. Get involved with your community. You're as safe as your neighbor is safe in a fire season, and do it block wide. If you don't have a whole community you can do, at least get one city block. Anybody that faces a canyon, join together and we'll go out there and help them assess it.
What is the charge for something like this?
The charge varies depending on the density and the amount of work we have to integrate. We do use equipment along with the goats because obviously they don't take out the wood, and we are trying to create a living fuel break. So the plants that we leave behind need to stay alive. So it goes anywhere from about $650 an acre, and it can creep up into the 900, 950 range. And that's why the goats are so helpful. They take away the need of a lot of manual labor, so that we can go ahead and keep the plants that we do choose to stay viable. They'll have enough nutrients and live through the summer.
Defensible space, I know that we want to be real conscious about clearing that. What are those rules?
The rules are 100 feet around a structure, and that's the general state MOU. Things can vary if you ask for variances and you work with your local fire department. The best way to approach this is going through your fire department.
Now, Tiger, I know that you have a little baby girl at home, but you need a couple of goats too?
Yeah, I don't know. These are a handful, huh? They're all over the place. And Johnny just said he just fed them too, and they're ready to go as well.
I am telling you what, I'm a little bit fearful for my life. When I give one food, I'm thinking the other one is just going to chow on my fingers.
Now it's really important that Johnny mentioned, the living fire break. So it's not just about clearing, it's also about using native shrubbery that will keep that water, that will prevent the fire from having that ladder effect and stuff like that. So after the clearing, you might want to introduce some native plants that are going to act as a green fire break as well, because when the wind moves, it brings all of those embers up. And live plants that are full of water will actually stop the ember from going any farther, which can also prevent the spread of fires as well. So he'll help you introduce that plant material after the break has been cleared, which is really nice.
So great. All right, do you have names for all these guys, John?
Not yet. Name a few and they'll stick.
Hungry, hungrier, and hungriest. All right, more information. You can go to our website, san-diego6.com, click on San Diego Living, and thank you so much for coming to our station today with all these cutie pies. I am sorry, I am out of food. I know, just like Mark Bailey, when the food's gone, yeah, so are
He's
they.
gone.
All right, and we're back on your rainy Tuesday right after this.